Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining us. The show brings you a matchup of division rivals. It's the New York Mets taking on the Miami Marlins. Today's focus is on a bullpen that's been tremendous recently. From the setup arms to the closers, this group literally changes outcomes of games, Singy.
It's been incredible to watch, Boog. And once the starters hand over the ball, it's been practically game over for the opposition. That bullpen will likely play a major role in this one today, too.
And we'll be back with the first pitch right after this. Just about ready to go on the hill here today, Cal Quantrill.
Well, we know his primary pitch is that two-seam fastball. When things are on the line, expect him to go back to that two-seamer.
All right, ready to get underway. Francisco Lindor comes up to the plate. That one outside. And away we go this afternoon.
1 ball, no strikes.
That one finds the zone and a count 1-1. The 1-1 is fouled off. Here's a high chopper. Edwards whips it to first. Lindor retired. All right, let's take a look at the lineup. The sluggers in this lineup might not be too happy about the fact that the wind is blowing in today, Chris.
Yeah, and you hear pitchers talk about how good it feels when the wind is at their back. And for hitters, you almost feel like beyond just the pitcher coming at you, you've got this other force coming against you. So important to try to get on top of the ball in terms of hitting line drives, maybe really hard ground balls with a good exit velocity that'll get you a base hit, because it's very frustrating. You just hit one on the screws, think it's going to go out of the ballpark, and an outfielder is camped underneath it in front of the warning track.
Next pitch is outside. Swings through that.
From a pitcher's perspective, that's a beautiful splitter right there. As a hitter, you don't like it, but he's commanded his fastball, and out of that same tunnel, that splitter comes, and the bottom just falls out of it.
One out, base is empty. And it remains 2-2. One down, base is empty. Still 2-2 after the foul ball. Liner, base hit. So they get a man aboard with a one-out single.
We don't see this a whole lot anymore, where hitters with 2 strikes are willing to shorten up, tighten up, and try to hit the ball back up the middle other way. He was trying to hit that hole, I believe. Very good at bat with 2 strikes.
And now it's the polar bear, Pete Alonso.
1-0.
Man at first, one away. Next offering is in for a strike.
He must have been looking for something else, because he gave up on that pitch a little early. It was right down Main Street. Probably not going to see a better pitch to hit in this at bat.
Check swing, called strike.
See if you can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and out of the zone, since you're heading to count 1-2. Don't miss in the zone, because that's where you can get hurt.
Quantrill ahead 1-2. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. That missed by a
2-2.
lot. And the count is even, 2-2. Quantrill back to work. Oh, right to the backstop. Soto into scoring position on the wild pitch, and there goes the double play possibility.
Nobody on defense feels great right now. The pitcher feels responsible for missing so far outside, and the catcher wishes he could have done more to try to stop it.
3-2. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. Good battle here, about to be the 8th pitch of the at-bat. Swing and a miss, and he chases that one in the dirt. And there's 2 gone following the strikeout. And an excellent job keeping it right there.
It's a strikeout, but they'll be in good shape if they make their outs as difficult as that one. Those grinding ABs take a toll on a pitcher as the game goes on.
And now it's Mark Vientos. 3 for 8 in the series coming in. That one fouled off. Two outs. Headed towards the corner. And that's a foul ball. First inning going a bit long. 23 pitches to this point. Swings and misses at the breaking ball in the dirt. Catcher has it. Fires to first. In time. So the drop third strike doesn't hurt him. And that's that. So 1 hit is all they get. Now the Marlins will see what they can do. No score. Back here at Lone Depot Park. And taking the ball for the Mets, Kodai Senga. What do we need to know here?
Well, last time out, he's only able to complete 4 innings, but really battled. Didn't have his best stuff. I look for him to be better in this one.
Now it's the second baseman, Otto Lopez. Lopez measures 5 feet 10 inches, 185 pounds, and he was born in the Dominican Republic. That's ripped. Base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Waste no time there. That pretty much split the zone down the middle, and those are the ones where you got to make them pay.
Javier Sanoja getting ready to hit. Strike on the inside corner.
One and one.
This one in the dirt. Pitch kicks away from Alvarez. And now a man into scoring position.
Definitely trying to work down and get that double play ball, but it got away enough to erase any chance of that. Good job of moving up into scoring position. Now a hit could make that wild pitch really sting.
Runner in scoring position, nobody out. Here in the third and final game of the series.
Ball.
And look out, that one almost got him.
2 balls, 2
Straighten
strikes.
him up a little bit.
There's a swing and a drive. Going back. Onto the track, and he makes the catch. Runner tags, and will move up to third.
That is good. That's shortstop,
And time now for the Marlins lineup. Singy, we're looking at a young lineup here. Not much experience, but they're going to bring a lot of energy to the field.
Yeah, and that's just it, Boog. We expect this lineup to play hard no matter what. They are an exciting group to watch.
So up next, Xavier Edwards. 2 for 8 in the series so far. The shortstop takes the ball.
1-0.
Ripped into right field, base hit. And they strike first as they take a 1-0 lead.
Puts a run on the board and picks up an RBI. Good pitch, hard and inside, but he showed off some quick hands, got the barrel to it, and was able to yank it into the outfield.
Runner on at first with 1 gone. Now here's the cleanup hitter for Miami, Griffin Conine.
That's up.
And that's way high. Ball 1. Runner takes off. Pitch in for a strike. And that's a stolen base. Not even close.
When your catcher's not a great thrower, you have to do a better job at controlling the running game. And that's throwing over, that's stepping off, doing whatever you can to try to keep that base stealer's rhythm off. Well, they weren't able to do it right there. They're going to have to make some type of adjustment. Our players are going to be running all game.
That clips the corner.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Ground ball, and that's through the infield. Rounds third, headed for the plate. The throw in.
That's a good job right there. You got 2 strikes on you, just got to battle.
Man at first with 1 gone. Here's the third baseman, Graham Pauley. And that one is downstairs. 1-0. Conine leads off first with 1 away. Oof. That one went straight back and got our ump right in the mask. Let's hope he's okay. And that is out of play. Kicks and deals. And there's a ball. Still only 1 out here in the inning. Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2.
A healthy cut. Tough pitch at 98, but a really good pass at the ball.
And the sweeper is off the plate. Sets him down on strikes. That was pretty nasty.
Well, he throws him with a great fastball right on the corner. It's kind of like bowling, and you think the ball's going to get into the gutter, and somehow it just hangs onto that edge and knocks down a pin. Well, he got the outside corner of the plate and got that called third strike.
Matt Mervis stands in here, takes ball 1 low. Mervis launched a homer in his most recent game. Next offering upstairs. That's down and in. 2 runs across in the inning here in the rubber match of this 3-game series. And there's the automatic. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Not what he wanted to do right there, Boog. That keeps this inning alive, puts a runner in the scoring position, and a chance for this offense to add on to their lead.
Now, Eric Wagaman. Ball 1
That's
there.
the ball.
Two aboard, 2 outs. hammered. Base hit. Headed for the plate. He'll score. It's an RBI single, and they lead by 3.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. I could watch base hits like that one all day long, and so could every hitting coach in the league. Just a nice line drive into center field.
And he grounds one to the right side. McNeil gets it to first. That ends the inning and stops things from getting out of hand. 3 runs for him here, and they move ahead. Second inning coming up here in South Florida. It's the Marlins 3 and the Mets nothing. And we're back. Here's the veteran second baseman, Jeff McNeil.
Well, after putting up a nice inning on offense, got some runs across, this is where you look for the starter to go out there, have a shutdown inning. Don't give that other team any hope. You just hope that he can get through this inning, get the bats back up there while they're hot.
Fastball for a strike.
A 3-0 lead is great, but you
0-1.
can't get too comfortable. Got to stay aggressive, keep attacking hitters, try to cruise through this ball game.
Cut on and lifted in the air. Sanoha makes the grab, and there's one down. And here is Francisco Alvarez. Went deep in the ball game last night. Right through there for a strike. Just missed.
That's the ball.
Time to check on our umpires.
One
Earl
ball, one
Hendricks
strike.
calling balls and strikes.
Yeah, well-liked umpire, Boog. Pretty consistent with his zone, so if you're familiar with him and how he works, you won't get too surprised by anything. Sometimes he'll give a little bit off the corner, but nothing too crazy at all.
This one in the air, center field. Sanoha settles under it. And there's 2 away. How much were you aware of the umpire scouting report, or even who was going to be umpiring?
Not a whole lot. I mean, there were a couple of umpires that weren't real good, but outside of that, you just kind of went into the game, especially back when I was playing.
And first offering is fouled off. As the game has moved along, we see more and more information supplied by teams about the umpires. I've been in clubhouses where they have pictures of all 4 guys, nicknames, hometowns, and as well hobbies listed, just so you can kind of small talk the umpire a little bit.
That's great.
Next
1-2.
offering is down low. 2 out, space is empty. Swings through that, and it's a strikeout. And he's registered 3 Ks in this one. Nothing doing for the Mets. They trail in this one 3-0. And welcome back to the ballpark. Bottom of the inning. Now it's the Marlins catcher, Liam Hicks, trying to pick up his first knock in the big leagues. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter.
It's 0-1.
This to third. Zips it to first. That's 1 out, the bottom of the second.
Now batting, the second baseman.
My goodness, Singy. That was a great diving stop and maybe even a better throw.
Yeah, this out is all about athleticism. I mean, this guy did a great job knocking it down on the dive, but he doesn't get the out without the cannon of a throw. That was just impressive all around.
So the lineup flips over. Otto Lopez, the next up for the Marlins.
Ball.
That one misses, and that's ball 1. Back to the mound. It hit him. No chance for a play, and let's hope the righty's not hurt on the mound.
Center fielder.
And now they'll hustle out to check on him. That was quite a shot he took as you see him down on a knee.
Yeah, clearly in some real pain, but he will not want to come out of this game if he doesn't have to. It's looking to me like he's going to try to shake it off and continue.
So a man at first, and now the center fielder, Javier Sanoha. Lopez, the base runner at first with 1 out.
Low ball.
In the dirt. There's a strike up high, and it's 2-1. And there's a foul ball. Pickoff throw. Lopez back in on a dive. 2-2. Line drive, base hit, and out to a board.
The batter number 9. Shortstop,
Xavier Edwards gets a chance to hit here. RBI single his last time up. And that drops in for a strike.
0-1.
That's a strike. Out towards right center field. Soto racing over to make the catch.
Well, those can be pretty fun as an outfielder. Got to put it into his highest gear and go a long way to track that one down. Nothing better than that. You feel like a wide receiver playing football.
Griffin Conine, the next up for the Marlins. That clips the corner.
When you're struggling out there on the mound, hitters know that there'll be plenty of opportunities within the at-bat to try to get something to hit hard.
That one ripped. Back there. And it's into the bullpen for a homer. He made him pay for that one. His first homer of the year, and they tack on to their lead. It's 6-0.
Already playing with the lead, and now they're celebrating a home run. They're having a great time out there. He's so good at getting his arms extended, and that's exactly what he did right there. You don't typically want to pull a pitch in that part of the plate, but he doesn't allow his wrist to roll over, stays through the ball, gets the loft, and gets the home run.
And up next for Miami, Graham Pauley struck out looking his first time. And that's too high.
1-0.
Two down, nobody on. Fastball for a strike. And the count is 1-1. Right through there for a strike.
2 strikes to a guy who's already 0 for 1 with the punch out. The only guy in the lineup with that strikeout. But you can't get too relaxed. You still got to make good pitches to get him out.
Swung on, belted. That's back there. It's a bomb. He circles the bases, and they add to their lead. It's 7-0.
Back-to-back jacks, and this club is fired up right now, Boog. I mean, this is the kind of thing where you really start to notice hitters in a lineup feeding off each other, and the collective confidence just continues to grow.
Matt Mervis, the next up for the Marlins. Swing and a miss. 0-1.
Well, a really rough inning out there on the mound, and this is one of those where you learn a lot about a guy's toughness and his ability to turn the page and keep pressing forward.
4 runs already in the frame at bottom half of inning number 2. And that finds the mark on the outside corner. And that is strike 2. And ball 1.
1-2.
Goes down swinging. Kodai Senga picks up the strikeout. But 2 round trippers in this inning. The long ball was working. It's now 7-0. Welcome back. Let's take a look at how the series has played out so far. Quantrill back to work. That's in there. That's strike one.
Nope. Ball. 1-1.
And that's in there at the knees. Ground ball up the middle. To first. Leadoff man retired here in the third.
Standing up, the center fielder, Tyrone.
And now Tyrone Taylor. Hitless in the series so far. He's 0 for 7. On the ground to short. Edwards. Safe at first as they can't make the play.
Now batting, shortstop, Francisco Lindor.
So the batting order turns over, and now it's Frankie Lindor. The shortstop takes the ball. For Lindor, being drafted out of Montverde Academy, he's a guy that's turned into one of the best all-around players in the game.
Ball.
That one misses, and it's 3-0. Fastball for a strike at 95.
One way to make a guy real uncomfortable at the plate is pound him inside with good velocity. They're doing that right here.
And ball four, two aboard.
Take your base.
Maybe a little loss of focus on the mound right there. Pretty much gifted him first base with a quick free pass.
First and second, one out. Here's Juan Soto. 1 for 1 with a single so far. And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike.
0-1.
Here's an opportunity. If you're going to get back in this game, you have to take advantage of this situation. This feels like their chance.
And time called prior to the 0-1. 1 out. Runners at first and second. Fought off foul. Got him. He's notched 4 strikeouts now.
Well, I'm not really sure why he let that one go by. I mean, out of the hand, it had a lot of the strike zone. Sure, it had some good arm side run at the end to move to the outside part of the plate. But with 2 strikes, you got to be ready to swing it there, and you can't leave it in the umpire's hands.
So first and second with 2 outs. Here's Pete Alonso. He's 0 for 1. First pitch, and he just misses.
1 ball, no strikes.
Two on, 2 outs. And another ball.
That's a ball.
He hasn't wanted to challenge him. Both of those pitches off the plate away. Don't expect anything down the heart of the plate. You may just have to be patient and take your walk here.
And that misses. Ball. And now 3-0. Quantrill back to work, and that'll load the bases.
Take your base.
That just came apart right there. 4-pitch walk, and guy at the plate was not going to help him out by swinging at something out of the zone.
2 outs, bases full. And stepping in for New York, Mark Vientos. 0 for 1 so far. First pitch misses.
2 walks in the inning already, and he just doesn't seem comfortable out there. Like he can find the right mechanics and then repeat them.
Clips the corner, and 1-1. That one missed. Swing and a miss. Ugly swing right there.
Well, and those hitters count sometimes can be a little too aggressive, and a good pitcher will play off of that. He's got to get a better pitch to hit.
Taylor, the runner at third. Lindor at second. Alonso at first. 2 out of the inning. Here's a 2-2. And a swing and a miss. He picks up his 5th strikeout on the hill. Mets leave him loaded. They continue to trail 7-0. Bottom half of the third, and they bring in a new pitcher, Jose Butto.
They know that he can get a right-hander out, but he's in position to face a couple of lefties this inning.
Eric Wagaman digs in now. Singled and drove in a run his first time through. That's a bullet, but it goes foul.
You know, these Marlins doing a good job at the plate with runners on base, and that can be a key difference maker in the game. They put a bunch of runs on the board, thanks in large part to 4 hits with runners in scoring position. On top of that, they haven't left many guys on base, so they've been efficient getting runners on and finding ways to bring them home.
Now this is in the air down the line. Nimmo ranging after it. And out number 1 on the grab.
Now batting, right fielder
Kyle Stowers, the next up for the Marlins. Grounded out his first time up. He swings and fouls one off. One down, base is empty. Foul ball. Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. And that one is inside.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Swing and a miss and a changeup in the dirt. Gets to it on to first. Out on the drop, third strike, 2 gone. 2 down, base is empty. And the batter now, Liam Hicks.
And there's one thing on his mind this at bat, getting that first hit at the big league level.
And that's in for a strike. It's 0-1. And that one missing low. Two outs. And that one fouled off. And that's in the dirt. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again.
Got him.
And it's a 3-up, 3-down inning. And 1, 2, 3 go the Marlins. But they're still in control. It's 7-0. Back here at Lone Depot Park as we go to the top of the fourth. And now here's Jeff McNeil. And first offering is fouled off.
Well, these Mets just lacking discipline at the plate in this ballgame. So many of their outs have come from weak contact on pitches they're chasing outside of the strike zone. You can't do much of anything with those locations, and that's been true again today.
One now. And that misses off the outside edge.
And as a pitcher, when the hitters are swinging at everything, you feel no need to challenge inside the zone. You just keep working the corners and expanding that strike zone and beyond, and they just keep eating right out of your hand.
The throw to first. Leadoff hitter retired in the fourth. So up next for New York, Francisco Alvarez. Fly to center his first time. Base is empty, one away. Top half of inning number 4.
He's pitching well, but not throwing a ton of first pitch strikes. Usually doesn't work out for success, but you can never predict baseball.
Swings through that one out in front that time.
1 and 2's the count. 2-2.
Center field. Sanoha sizes this one up. Brings it in. 2 down.
That's just a really nice catch on the run right there. He saved extra bases for sure. If the pitcher's his friend, he'll give him a second to catch his breath before he's ready to deal the next pitch.
Nimmo in his 9th season, 31 years old, and he's one of the few players in Major League Baseball born in the state of Wyoming. Popped up to the left into foul ground. Has room, and he makes the catch. So they make short work of him there. To the bottom of inning number 4 now. It's the Marlins 7 and the Mets nothing. Back here in Miami, John Sciambi and Chris Singleton with you. And leading off the bottom of the 4th, Otto Lopez. And first offering is fouled off. Top of the zone, and it's called a strike.
Well, it looks like he's wanting to work the upper part of the strike zone. What does that mean? Top hand better be working for the hitters. Adjust that side a little bit. Give yourself a chance to hit.
Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts. Now the number 2 hitter, Javier Sanoha, 1 for 2. Inside, just missed. The Fish up big in this one. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. That one misses. 2 balls and a strike.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Swinging a foul straight back. Comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt. Throw to first. Gets the out. 2 down after the strikeout.
Well, anytime you can punch out the top 2 guys in a lineup to start an inning, got to be feeling pretty good out there on the mound, because when you think of just having a distraction, table setters on the base paths, and all of a sudden you're dealing with the number 3 hitter, any distraction can cause you to serve up a cookie, and instead of it being a solo shot, it's a 2 or 3 run homer.
Edwards stands in now and watches strike 1. That misses the zone, and it's a ball and a strike. And there's a strike.
Well, he went inside a couple of times, and now outside. Hitter's not exactly sure where to look for this next pitch.
Two down, nobody on. That one not close. And the count now even up. Another one. That's 5 straight strikeouts. Miami down in order, and they hold a 7-0 lead. All set for the start of the inning. And now the Mets DH, Jesse Winker. Time called. They've got a potent lineup, and when you think about teams capable of rallying from this kind of deficit, they're right at the top of the list. And that is downstairs. And that is ball 1.
Well, these Mets looking to string together better at bats when they have runners on, but it just hasn't happened for them yet. They've had their chances with runners in scoring position, but nobody's been able to deliver a big hit in those situations.
Fastball for a strike.
And you got to give some credit to the other side as well. They've been able to get out of a few tough jams, but frustration is mounting for this offense, no doubt.
Not even close there. And now 3-1. Sliced hard, but foul down the left side. That one the other way, and no one can get there. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
Now batting, the center fielder,
Tyrone Taylor up now for the Mets. Reached on an infield single his first time. Fastball is outside. And that's in for a strike. Signs of activity in the pen for the Marlins. Tyler Phillips getting ready to go. Up and in. And that's ball 2. Winker aboard here at first with nobody out. Foul ball there. And now 2-2. Bounce to third. Pauly. There's one. On to first, double play.
They made that double play look so easy, but it was far from routine. That's the one thing about big leaguers. They make tough plays look simple.
Back to the top of the lineup. And next for the Mets, Francisco Lindor. He's 0 for 1. And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike. The other way. No throw, and he's on at first.
now batting, right fielder, Juan Soto.
And now the right fielder, Juan Soto. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter.
0-1.
The Mets with a lot of ground to make up. And we're at the top of the fifth. And that one finds its way through. Throw in holds the lead runner at second. 2 on now with 2 away. And stepping in for New York, Pete Alonso. He is struck out and he is walked. And that's in there at the knees for a strike. Hard hit left side. Fires across the diamond, and that takes care of Alonso. Out number 3. 2 left for the Mets. Not going their way. It's 7-0. Back at the ballpark. And in this series, it has been ugly on the mound as we look at the numbers. Back now to start the bottom of the fifth, and taking over on the mound, A.J. Minter.
And with the big deficit on the scoreboard, he almost has to just put that out of his mind. Every outing matters for relievers and their numbers, but I think it's tough to get up for this type of appearance the same way you would for one in a close game.
Swing and a pop-up in foul ground. Catcher tosses the mask, settles under it, puts it away for the out. 1 down.
Up next for the Marlins, the third baseman,
Graham Pauley, the next up for the Marlins. He's already homered in this game. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. Out towards right center. That's well struck. Taylor moving back. Hauls it in on the warning track.
Man, he hammered that one to center. I thought it was out of here, but Wynn just absolutely killed it.
And here's the first baseman, Matt Mervis. Missed with a changeup. Ball 1. Two down, nobody on. Last half of inning number 5. That one close, ruled a ball. Ball 2.
He's been raking in recent games, and a big reason why, getting ahead in counts. He's been able to do that consistently, and you see the results.
Next offering is in for a strike. That's out to center field. Makes the play, and it's out number 3. Tyler Phillips will take over here.
Compared to some days, this is a pretty low leverage appearance for him, so he should be fairly free and easy out there. Still have to keep yourself sharp and attack the strike zone.
So digging in, Mark Vientos. Pull for 2 in this one. Hit pretty well in the air out to center. Sanoja has this one sized up. And it's caught for the out. Jeff McNeil stands in.
No base hits in the series for him so far, and it's clearly been a rough one. You just hope he's not pressing too hard, because that just compounds things. It makes the slump even longer. Never seems to help. Never helped me.
And a strike activity in the bullpen. Late backer preparing to come on if needed. Tinoco also throwing. Base is empty, 1 away, and we're the top half of the 6th. In the air, left field, down the line. And that is a foul ball.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Outside, and the count 1-2.
Well, he missed badly with that 0-2 fastball. Hitter has to understand, probably wants to try to put him away with that pitch, so got to stay ready for it.
Next offering way off the plate. Lifted in the air, right center field. No trouble here, puts it away for the out. And there's 2 away. And here's the catcher, Francisco Alvarez. This guy, one of the best defensive catchers going. You talk about framing, the ability to block, catch, and oh, now this one's high and deep, way back there, on its way, gone. He jacks that one out to left. It's 7-1. Chris, he's homered in back-to-back games now.
Yep, seeing the ball well, and he's got his timing locked in. He's looking pretty dangerous at the dish right now. Love to see a hitter aggressive on the first pitch of an at-bat. You watch him from the on-deck circle, so when you step in the box, you're ready to pull the trigger wherever it's at. Really good job by the hitter. Total conviction on that swing.
Base is empty with 2 away. So up next for New York, Brandon Nimmo. No question about this one. It's out of here. Into the second deck it goes. His second homer of this series, and they cut into the lead. It's 7-2. That one just sounded different.
And might have been the loudest moment yet. Man, my ears are ringing. I could feel that swing from the booth. With a low 90s fastball, you have to live on the edges and hit your spots. If you don't, you'll get hit hard. Really good swing there. Patient, waited for it. It was like BP all over again.
So 2 away with nobody on. And next is the designated hitter, Jesse Winker. And that one hit to first. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. But 2 round trippers in this inning. The long ball was working. It's 7-2. Major League Baseball is on the show. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. And now here's the Marlins DH, Eric Wagaman. Minter back to work.
That's ball.
You know, these Marlins showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. The numbers say their chase rate, or swings at pitches outside the zone, is under 25%, and I think that's a big reason why they're scoring runs.
Swings and misses, struck him out.
Good late cut for the strikeout there. That thing really got in on him, and you know, the cutter isn't really a huge swing and miss pitch most of the time because it's not really meant to move a whole lot. You're just trying to miss the big part of the barrel and maybe get some weak contact. But that one right there did a whole lot more than that. That was a really good pitch.
That misses, and it's 2-0.
By not chasing out of the zone, they're getting good pitches to hit. When you can do that, you have a much better chance to square up the baseball and do damage like they have so far.
And a swing and a miss there.
2-2's the count.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
High fly ball out towards left center. And he makes the catch. And there are 2 down.
The catcher, number 34.
Here's the catcher, Liam Hicks. Down the middle for a strike. 0-1. swing and a foul back, and that's out of play. Now fly ball to right center. Taylor moving under it. And that ends the inning. New pitcher for the Marlins, Jesus Tinoco.
And he's got a nice lead to work with, so he should come in throwing strikes, attacking these hitters.
Here's the center fielder, Tyrone Taylor. Right down to shoot, and that's strike one.
There it was. Oh, here it is. Hit it. He gets a take, gets ahead in the count.
Breaking ball inside. And the count even 1-1. Swing and a line drive ripped out into right center. That's a base hit. And that turns the lineup over.
Now batting, shortstop, Francisco Lindor.
Here's Francisco Lindor. And that's a base hit. And now two aboard.
The batter, the right fielder, Juan Soto.
Now at the plate, Juan Soto. That's in there. Strike one.
No balls. One strike.
That's down and in. Taylor, the lead runner, out at second. Lindor on at first with nobody out. And a swing and a line drive at a right field. Nabs it. Runner tags it second. To third. Not in time. And it's runners at the corners with one gone. In steps the polar bear, Pete Alonso. In there for strike one.
Really good job in this spot to get ahead in the count. He's going to have to continue, finish off this hitter.
And before the 0-1, he asks for time. Runners at the corners, one away. Here in the top half of inning number 7. Comes up empty.
Great spot to be in right here for the pitcher. You can either strike this guy out or get a ground ball, double play.
Not close with that one. And the count 1-2. Goes down swinging for the strikeout. Went back to the slider, and it was a good idea.
Well, that slider down and away, it's just kind of a slow depth. With 2 strikes, you're looking to protect, and halfway to the plate, you know you've committed, and you know you're going to have no chance of touching it. Tell you what, sometimes you just have to tip your cap.
Now he steps out as time is granted. Vientos, the next to hit, takes ball 1.
1-0.
At 96, that pitch is in for a strike. Swing and a miss at a slider.
Clearly, he was sitting on a fastball right there and just ended up out in front of the slider. Hey, you can't fault him for his commitment. Now he's just going to have to battle with 2 strikes.
And that one gets past the catcher. Lindor up to second. Runner at third holds, so both runners are now in scoring position. base hit left center field. One run is in. The throw in. Safe at home, and the runner scores from second. It's 7-4.
Well, he wasn't afraid to hit with 2 strikes. I think he choked up a little bit, maybe spread out, but he got the job done right there.
Now the Marlins manager out of the dugout, and he'll make a move to the pen. Jesus Tinoco departs. It's a 3-run game, and we'll be back to tell you about the new arm in a minute. So the Marlins go with a new arm, Calvin Fauché. Jeff McNeil, the next to hit. 0 for 3 in this one. First pitch doesn't find the zone.
Well, they've kept him pretty quiet in this series. Still doesn't have a knock. I know you want to get that first knock out of the way. Maybe more will come, but you got to give some credit to the pitching staff. They've had a great plan against him.
Swings through that one for strike 2.
1-2.
Well, they gave up on that pitch early, and it ended up staying in the zone. I'm sure he's kicking himself and would like that pitch again.
That's a ball.
This guy's a fun guy to watch taking
balls,
it bat.
2
He
strikes.
just battles up there. He doesn't take a pitch off at all. Makes it so difficult on the pitchers out there. You can tell they get frustrated with how long it takes to put him away.
Count is full.
In the dirt, blocked. Francisco Alvarez waiting in the on-deck circle.
They can get him up. He'd represent the tying run, so critical pitch right here.
So a walk puts runners at first and second, and that'll bring the tying run to the plate.
Not what he wanted to do there, Boog. That keeps this inning alive and gives this offense a good chance to cut into their deficit.
And now the catcher comes up to him, Francisco Alvarez. He's already homered here in this one. That's hard hit on the line. Adios, pelota. Another homer. His second home run of the game. It's 7-7. He ambushed him right there, Siggy.
Yeah, swinging on that first pitch, and I think losing one over the fence is exactly what he had in mind as well. Well, he put a really nice swing on that one, and everything was on time, took a direct path to the ball, excellent extension, and just drove it out of here. Nothing better than when the ball jumps off your bat like that.
Here's Brandon Nimmo. Two outs. Right through there for a strike.
Ball game is still tied. They can get out of this inning with a tie game.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Ends the inning after they racked up a bunch of runs. But this clutch home run gets us even again. And we're deadlocked here at 7-7. This is Mets Baseball on the show, NYC. We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Huascar Brazoban. Now the batter now, Otto Lopez.
The second baseman, Otto Lopez.
Just missed. Brazoban goes 6 feet 3 inches. He features a sinker, a splitter, a cutter, and he works in a 4-seamer. Brazoban winds and deals. Liner, and this could be trouble. Around first, heading for 2. Lopez headed for third. Safe at third with a triple, his 3rd hit of the day.
Well, that's how you respond. Leadoff man comes up, gets into scoring position. Now, there are several ways that they can get this run across.
And now the center fielder, Javier Sanoja, 1 for 3. There's a strike. The 0-1.
That's high. That's a ball.
Headed towards the corner. Soto really on his horse for it. Pops over the wall, and that's an automatic double. And a run comes in to score.
Well, there's something really nice about getting yourself an automatic double like that. You get to stroll into second base without having to worry about a throw or getting your uniform dirty. And now you're just looking for the next hitter to kind of do the same thing. Maybe put one in the gap so you can jog home as well.
So up next, Xavier Edwards. There's a strike.
0-1.
One on, nobody out, a run in here, the bottom of the 7th. And that one fouled off. Foul ball, still 0-2. Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. No outs, runner on second. Well struck, right field. Hits the fence. The run comes in to score from second, and they lead by 2.
Got the job done to put him up by 2. Nice line drive to the pull side, met it out front, but just stayed through it nice enough and ripped it into the outfield.
Now back, let's do USA.
Just missed.
When the skipper calls down to the bullpen, he's expecting the guy to come in and get outs. So far, not getting what he was hoping for.
Next offering is in for a strike. And that's outside.
2-1.
That one's in there. It's 2-2. Edwards stands at second with no outs. Swing and a miss for the strikeout. Couldn't catch up to the heater.
Now batting.
Graham Pauley, the next up for the Marlins. Just missed.
That's low. That's a ball.
Runner at second here, one gone. And a foul ball.
That's a ball down.
And that's off the inside edge. Now 3-1. And ball 4, 2 aboard. Mervis, the next up for the Marlins. Yeah, that's fouled off. Two on, one out. Inside. And that's ball 1.
Could use a ground ball here.
Strike.
Something in the infield. Runner at first base. Get 2. Get out of this.
And that's through there for a strike. And the count 1-2.
Big pitch right here. He's going to try to make a pitch that's going to produce a strikeout or a ground ball double play.
On the ground to the left. Over to McNeil. Over to Alonso for the inning-ending double play. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors, and 1 left. 8th inning coming up. It's the Marlins 9 and the Mets 7. Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Anthony Veneziano.
These are the spots relievers really make a name for themselves. Late and close. There's not much margin for error, but at the same time, there's a reason they're put in these situations.
Here's Jesse Winker.
Jesse Winker.
Now he steps out of the box as he asks for time. Swing and a miss.
It might be time to choke up a little bit, get that front foot down early, maybe even just spread out. He's really late right now.
Swing and a bouncer towards third. Grabs it barehanded, and he beats it. That's a hit. Great try there.
It was a healthy cut, but the same can't be said for the contact. He got just enough of the ball to put it in play, and that's all he needed. Tough play for the defense on what was kind of a swinging bunt.
Stepping in, Tyrone Taylor. And fires in a fastball at 95.
0-1.
Swing and a miss. And the count is 0-2.
2 strikes.
With the tying run at the plate, and we're in the top of the 8th. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
Dominating strikeout there on just 3 pitches, and that's what a good power pitcher can do to you. He's hitting his spots, filling up the strike zone. Sometimes he bats over before it really begins.
Now up to hit, Francisco Lindor. Hammered on the line, base hit. Winker on his way to third. And the throw's offline, safe at third.
These guys are relentless. Just till the bell sounds, they are going to keep coming at you, trying to get you into the corner and knock you out.
Big situation, and here comes the big bat of Juan Soto. Knee high, that's in for a strike.
At the dish, looking to lift the ball in the air in this spot. Anything but the inning double play, Boog.
Popped up to the left, into foul ground. And there's 2 down.
Couple of pitches and a quick out.
Big at bat now as the polar bear, Pete Alonso, steps in. That one at 95, missed up top. 1-0. Lefty out of the stretch. Runners at first and third.
That's a ball.
Tough spot right here. A couple runners on. 2-ball count. You can't nibble, but you have to execute and finish your pitch. If you leave something out over the plate, it's going to bring in some runs.
Next offering is in for a strike. Winker at third. Lindor on at first with 2 down. Next pitch in for a strike. 2-2.
2-2.
Batter calls time and steps out. He needs a refresh. It is a big at bat. Squirts away a little bit. Nice job behind the plate there. And they're all loaded up.
Walks out of the bullpen can absolutely kill your momentum very quickly. They're in some hot water trying to protect this lead.
Here comes the skipper out of the dugout, and he's ready to make the move. Anthony Veneziano will depart. 2-run ball game as he heads for the dugout, and we'll be back with a new pitcher. So the closer summoned from the bullpen, Anthony Bender.
Well, no margin for error in terms of throwing strikes with the bases loaded. Just has to execute one pitch at a time to try to get out of this.
Vientos at the plate and takes high there. There's a strike. Big spot. 2 out. Both the tying and go-ahead runs are aboard. And he asks for time now. Chance to take a breath with the bases loaded.
Boog, in situations like these, the air can get really thin up there at the plate. Got to find a way to breathe and slow everything down.
Swing and a miss. And that's strike 2. So the tying run at second. Way inside.
At this point in the game, you cannot issue free passes. He's going to have to challenge this hitter. Hitter's got to be ready to swing it.
Caught him looking for the K.
Sometimes he wears the emotion on the sleeve, but that's okay as long as he's getting results. And right there, thrilled with the punch out to get out of a jam.
Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th, Danny Young.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
Now it's the DH, Eric Wagaman. And that one upstairs, ball 1. And that's way high. Now 2-0. Top of the zone for a called strike. Swings and blasts one deep to left center. High bounce over the fence for an automatic double.
That ball exploded off his bat and off the warning track as well as it bounced over the fence. And it sounded really good, too. He just put together a really nice swing and just missed a home run.
Runner in scoring position, no outs. Kyle Stowers, the next up for the Marlins. That's inside and it's 1-0. And another ball. And there's the strike.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. Makes the catch. And there's one away.
Now batting, catcher, Liam.
So man aboard, Liam Hicks will hit next.
Well, bottom of the order here, Boog. You got to go right after this guy.
As they look to pick up an add-on run. And the number 9 guy at the plate. And that misses. Ball 1. 1 out and a runner at second. Here the bottom half of the 8th inning. That's in there. And that is strike 1.
1-1.
And that one upstairs. Next offering
That's it.
upstairs.
That's the
1 out and a runner
3-1.
at second. That one the other way. Makes the grab. 2 down.
Now back, second baseman, Otto Lopez.
Here's the second baseman, Otto Lopez. Here comes the skipper, and we're going to see a pitching change in this spot. Danny Young done for the day, and he's responsible for the runner on second, so the book isn't closed on him yet. We'll be right back.
Now pitching for
A new arm into the game, the righty, Ryan Stanek.
And this could be a pretty critical point in this game. They're hoping he's the guy to keep him within striking distance.
That just
Nope,
misses,
ball.
and that's ball 1.
1-0.
2 outs and 1 in scoring position. Swing and a miss, blew it by him at 99.
1-1.
Instead of letting the hitter get his arms extended, tied him up a little bit, slightly up, slightly in.
Up the middle, McNeil tosses to first, and that'll do it. Marlins leave 1. They lead it by 2. It's 9-7. We go to the 9th, and stepping in for New York, Jeff McNeil.
McNeil.
That clips the zone. That's strike 1. Bounding ball here, rolls foul. That one
1-2.
way inside.
Ball.
Runs it up to 96 to record the punch out. Here's the catcher for the Mets, Francisco Alvarez. And everyone is thinking the same thing right now.
Yeah, they're thinking, will he do it again? He's already homered twice, and most recently in the 7th. This guy's left a huge mark on this game.
As well as on the baseball. Swing and a miss. There's the slider. And it's 0-1.
Wow, no fair right there. I mean, that slider didn't move till the very last moment. Incredibly difficult to pick that up. Just kind of have to tip your cap on that pitch.
Check swing, went around. 0-2 now.
0-2.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Now only 1 out remaining. And next for the Mets, Brandon Nimmo. Just missed. And another ball. That one finds the zone. Now 2 balls and a strike. Clobbered to right field, way back, gone. He's done it again. His 2nd homer of the game. It's 9-8. That's their 4th home run of the game.
They can't stop, and they won't stop hitting home runs in this one, Boog. They're clearly feeding off of each other at the dish. A breaking ball on the inside part of the plate requires a hitter to stay really square with his mechanics. If you fly open with the front shoulder, there's no way you keep that ball fair. An outstanding job mechanically. He deserves that home run.
So 2 down. Now a chance for Jesse Winker. In there for a strike at the bottom of the zone. Time call.
Cut.
Chance to collect himself down 0-2. The Mets down to their final strike. That's off the mark. Going to count 1-2.
1-2.
Looking to get the tying run on base. Next
Ball.
offering misses down and away. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. Two down, nobody on. And a swing and a miss, and that is the ball game.
Well, this was a total team effort, using 6 pitchers in this ball game to get the win. Outstanding job of passing the baton. The next pitcher stepping up and getting it done. You got to give them a lot of credit because this is not easy to do. We'll see how it affects them over the next couple of days.
And the final here today, 9-8. They hang on to win it by a run. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. We'll see you soon. Toronto Blue Jays going up against the New York Mets. Festivities are wrapping up. This place is rocking. The home opener is coming up next. Alongside Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. The cameras are out for this one, partner. Home openers are unique and always bring a special type of energy to the ballpark.
Boog, today is a celebration. It is the beginning of a new year, and there's no other game like this one on the schedule. It's the first time playing inside your home stadium with your brand new teammates, and you know the fans are going to bring the energy. The excitement is already building in here.
All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. Just about set to go. And our starting pitcher here today, David Peterson. What should we keep an eye on here?
With the height, the release point creates a lot of tilt on his pitches. So coming into the zone, really hard for the hitters to get on plane. Makes it very difficult for the hitters to guess.
And now for the Jays, Bo Bichette. And that's way high. And we're underway here in the home opener. Right through there for a strike. Fouled off. He was late. That's to third. Over to first. And Bichette is retired. Let's take a look at the lineup for the Blue Jays. Chris, this is a lineup offensively that could be really good for years to come.
Oh, there's a lot of young talent in this lineup. I think as they gel together, gain some maturity over the course of this season, they could be playing October baseball.
Here's Andres Jimenez.
He's hitting for that pop. Came out of the gates really strong.
Out to short. Lindor slings to first. Quick start to this afternoon's action. 2 gone.
Batting third, first baseman Vladimir Guerrero.
2 outs, base is empty. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. now at the plate. Obviously a guy who makes good contact, hits for average, but one of the things in today's game, the value in the fact that he hits both righties and lefties. Pitch in the dirt, and that's ball 1. They're so reliant on the matchups nowadays, Chris, and it's huge when you don't have to sit a guy or platoon him.
When you can hit both sides in terms of pitchers' arms, you're a guy that it's hard to take out of the lineup, and I think it's very important today when everything is under the microscope.
2-0 to count. Here it comes. Swing and a liner foul off to the right. Out to short. Lindor tosses to first, and Guerrero is set down. And the Blue Jays go down 1-2-3. Down in order go the Blue Jays. Now the Mets offense will go to work for the first time. No score. You're dialed into the show. Back here in Queens, today's starting pitcher, Max Scherzer. And as usual with him singing, I think we can expect plenty of strikeouts.
Yeah, Boogie's racked up over 3,000 strikeouts in his career, so expect to see more of the same in this one.
Francisco Lindor comes up to the plate. Francisco Lindor at the plate. The Mets shortstop, originally drafted by Cleveland, And a guy with some serious power and an excellent defender. Tosses to first. And a quick out, number one. Let's take a peek at the Mets lineup here. They're facing a pitcher today who's prone to giving up homers, so we'll see. We might get some big swings here today.
Yeah, I think the key, though, and the reason why he gives up those homers is that guys are locking in, they're aggressive, and they have a high confidence level. So I think if that's the approach these hitters take, with the stuff he's got there on the mound, yeah, there's a good chance that there'll be some balls that fly a long way. But you can't get too big in your swing, otherwise you'll be really frustrated after this one.
And a base hit. So a man aboard now with one away. Pete Alonso now, always a power threat. The polar bear hit his 200th career home run last season.
Yeah, and that home run came right here at Citi Field. He's the fourth fastest player in baseball history to reach 200 homers.
Scherzer, a 6'3" righty, 40 years old now, and of course has a Cy Young to his credit. Outside low, 2-0.
He's clearly trying to work him away here. Both pitches off the plate. If you really want to put the ball in play, you're going to have to stay back and drive it to the opposite field.
Just off the outside edge. Fastball for a strike.
Taking all the way on 3-0 right there. And as a hitter, you're saying, why couldn't I get that pitch earlier in the count when I'm looking to swing?
Soto at first, one gone. And ball four, two aboard.
Pretty easy walk right there. Last pitch wasn't even much to think about.
Here's Brandon Nimmo. That's off the inside corner. 1-0. Two on, one out. And that's in for a strike. Swings through that one.
See if you can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and out of the zone since you're heading to count 1-2. Don't miss in the zone because that's where you can get hurt.
So here's Scherzer. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Fouls it off. Still 1-2. Runners at first and second with one gone here in game one of this three-game set. Scherzer ahead 1-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Went back to the changeup, and it was successful.
Well, even though he strikes out, he saw a lot of pitches, and he battled. Plus, it gave the guys behind him an opportunity to see more from the pitcher. Not the result he wanted, but that's still a good at-bat.
So up next for New York, Mark Vientos. And the first pitch misses for ball one. Two aboard, two outs. And another ball.
Tough spot right here. A couple runners on. 2-ball count. You can't nibble, but you have to execute and finish your pitch. If you leave something out over the plate, it's going to bring in some runs.
Scherzer deals.
That's the ball.
Good pitchers make pitches in big situations, and right here with the middle of the order hitter up, runner in scoring position, he's got to find a way to throw a quality strike.
Sliced hard but foul. To third, a dive, nice stop. The throw, and very nicely done for the out.
Well, that's cat-like reflexes over there at the hot corner. Nice job of making that play and ending the inning.
Second inning set to go. Leading off, Anthony Santander. Peterson back to work. That one found hard the other way. Peterson ready to fire now. On the ground to third. Fair ball.
He kind of rolled over on this pitch a little bit, but he got enough behind it to shoot it through for a knock, and you'll take that anytime you can get him to find a hole.
Will Wagner next up for the Blue Jays. Hit hard but foul off to the left. Now he breaks his bat. Lindor, that's one. But no throw to first as he'll hold on to it. And the batter is George Springer.
When you're taking your lead over there at first, you got to be very careful. This guy on the mound's got a good pickoff move.
That one finds the zone. It's 0-1. No score here in the second. Step off, throw to first, and he's back in easily. And a pitch. That's outside, and it's 1-1. And that's outside. Man at first, one away. Slice to right, and it goes just foul. Comes a 2-2. Swing and a high fly ball, well struck. Going back on this one, and brings it in at the wall. So digging in, Ernie Clement. Pop foul out of play off to the right.
No, that's down. Ball.
2 gone, but the go-ahead run is at first. Here at the top of the second. Just a slow ground ball this time.
Foul.
And that's just foul. And there's a ball.
2-2.
Good job to fight that one off. Wagner leads off first with 2 down to the inning. On to first. And that is that. One left for Toronto. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. Back here at Citi Field, home of the New York Mets. Singy, we saw this team playing in the NLCS a year ago.
And some people were surprised they went as far as they did, but they had a really talented roster. In the postseason, you just need one of those guys to get hot, and good things start to happen.
Max Scherzer goes to work. That's in for a strike. Yeah, Pete Alonso was that guy last year. It felt like he was hitting a game-changing home run every night.
And the rest of his teammates just fed off that energy, Boog. Francisco Lindor was absolutely amazing. Mets fans will remember his grand slam against the Phillies for a very long time.
But with that said, the only way for the Mets to take a step forward this season is reaching the World Series. Scherzer gets the punch out. Now one away.
Well, take a look at the three-pitch sequence here. Pretty simple in terms of putting them away at the plate. Once you're ahead 0-2 as a pitcher, you can really expand the zone and see how aggressive that hitter is going to be trying to protect and battle. And right there, clearly he was in swing mode, but all you can do is hope to foul that off.
Jeff McNeil stands in. Swing and a high fly ball right field. And George makes the grab, and there's two down. Here's Jesse Winker.
Yeah. Okay, you asked for it. About to go no string ab on him. I'm from that bully where bullies were quick to spaz.
And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter.
He's a bad ball hitter, so even if you get him to chase pitches outside the zone, he still might beat you. Not an easy out by any means.
Swing and a miss, and that's strike two.
This guy's not wasting any pitches. Hitters got to get into swing mode. This is a good time to expand the zone. Throw something maybe down in the dirt.
Foul ball. It stays 0-2. Swing and a miss. And he's down on strikes. And a nice inning of work there as he sets him down 1-2-3. Mets go down quickly. We'll move to the third with no score. Well, here we go. Top of the third, scoreless game. Here's the Toronto catcher, Alejandro Kirk. In for a strike. 0-1.
Ball.
Misses just off the outside edge. I think that was a strike. And that one pulled foul. That one the other way. Toss to Alonso. Leadoff hitter gone in the third. So up next for Toronto, Miles Straw. Swing and a ground ball, and it's through for a hit. So that will bring up the top of the order with one away. So the lineup flips over. Bo Bichette next up for the Blue Jays. The shortstop takes the ball. Snap throw to first. Back standing. He's in there safely. Straw stands at first with one out. Runner on the go. Hit in the air, right field. He's got it, and there's two away. And next for Toronto, Andres Jimenez. Grounded out his first time. There's a strike. Late swing, foul to the left. Cut on and miss, struck him out. Third out, and that ends the frame. Blue Jays held in check, and we are still scoreless. Welcome back. And coming off a series where the pitching was outstanding, we take a look at those numbers. Max Scherzer back to work. And a foul ball. Swing and a chopper out to short. Boots it. Safe at first. No play. We'll see how they score this.
Hard to tell exactly what went wrong right there. That was a fairly routine ground ball, but he just couldn't get it to stick in the glove. Might have taken his eye off it a little early, but regardless, you're going to have to work around that error.
Here's Francisco Lindor. Grounded out his first time up. That one way outside. Ball one. Swing and a miss. There's that changeup.
1-1.
Nobody out. Runner at first. High in the air, out to right. And that is Springer. Drops into the glove, and there's one down.
Up next for the Mets, right fielder, Juan Soto.
And now it's Juan Soto. 1 for 1 with a single so far. Scherzer to first. And he dives back in safely.
There's no way around it. Soto is one of the most exciting players in baseball. His hitting skills are so advanced, you'd think he'd played in Major League Baseball in a different life or something.
First offering misses badly for ball one. In the air, out towards right center. Springer sizing this one up. Hauls it in for the out.
Now batting, the first baseman, Pete Alonso.
Here's Pete Alonso. Worked a walk in his first trip to the plate. Check swing called strike. That's strike one. Move to first. Taylor back on a dive. Oh, 1 now. And ball one.
1-1.
Still tied at 0. Last of the third. Swing and a high fly ball hit the air left center field. This one's got a chance. And that one becomes property of the beast. And they add a pair. It's 2-0.
It's no surprise this guy has won the home run derby multiple times. He was born to hit them.
I got with
When you're working with this kind of velocity, so critical that you move the ball around, work quickly, and make sure that you keep that hitter off balance. Clearly not fooled by the location or the velocity. He was all over that fastball.
Base is empty with 2 away. Now here is Brandon Nimmo. Fastball for a strike, and it's 0-1. Base is empty, 2 away, but 2 runs are in here in the last half of the third. Misses the zone, and he gets him to chase.
More and more guys are looking to slug regardless of the count. In this situation, we'll keep a close eye on his approach.
That one off the mark. 1-2 to count. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Make it 4 strikeouts for him on the bump today. Mets add 2 runs on this blast. It's now a 2-0 ball game. Back after this on the show. Back here at Citi Field, John Sciambi with Chris Singleton, and set to lead off the 4th, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Right through there for a strike. Vladdy in his 7th season, 25 years old, and he's a former All-Star Game MVP. That's a little bit low. This guy who grew up in big league clubhouses, got to be a nice feeling, Siggy, when your father played in the big leagues and he passes down all that wisdom.
Yeah, and beyond that, all the other men in those clubhouses that sort of take you under their wing as a son or a nephew and show you some of the tricks of the trade. It's just invaluable, that type of experience.
Rips that one center field. One away. Anthony Santander at the plate. A single his first time. Close one, doesn't get the call, and it's 1-0.
Well, the offense has gotten going, and a pitcher wants to go out there, have a real quick inning, get those guys back into the dugout so those bats can stay hot.
The next pitch misses, and the count now 2-0.
Love it here at Citi Field. You know, it replaced Old Shea Stadium back in 2009, and Chipper Jones was really sad to see it go. It's actually the 3rd home of the Mets since they started out at the Polo Grounds for 2 seasons before Shea was finished.
Hard hit, right side. 2 quick outs here in the top of the 4th.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air, lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
2 down, base is empty. And now to the plate, here's the Toronto DH, Will Wagner. Swing and a pop-up in foul ground. And that is that. Blue Jays go down in order, and they're down 2-0. Bottom of the fourth, and stepping in for New York, Mark Vientos. Just missed.
No, ball.
Pitch misses inside, and the count is 2-0.
When you get ahead in the count, there's no doubt that the success rate goes up, and that's what he's been doing. It's made a big impact for him in recent games.
That pitch in for a strike. Now 2-1. There's a swing and a miss.
2-2.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Now 5 strikeouts for him on the mound.
Thought it was a pretty good pitch. Top of the strike zone. We're seeing more fastballs in that location. Hitters, especially with 2 strikes, have to be ready to pull the trigger.
Alvarez batting for the second time, and that's strike 1.
He's pitching well, but not throwing a ton of first pitch strikes. Usually doesn't work out for success, but you can never predict baseball.
1 out, bases empty. Up the middle. Oh, great stop. Throw off line. He's safe. And a nice job there to keep it from getting away.
This is great work by the shortstop. He makes the throw across the diamond after the dive and just wasn't able to get it there in time. But I love how much he put into that play. And on the other side, he was really giving it his all down the line as well. Nice play on both ends.
McNeil takes a ball as he stands in for the second time. And the 1-0. And that's in there at the knees. That one ripped right center field. That's back into the bullpen and gone. He'll circle the bases. It's 4-0.
That was one of those home runs where you really don't know if he got enough of it off the bat. I mean, he put a good swing on it clearly, but I wouldn't say he really got the sweet spot on the bat. The exit velo wasn't anything too impressive, but it had all it needed for him to circle the pillows.
And now Jesse Winker missed with a changeup, and that is ball 1. Still only 1 out here in the inning. Check swing, tried to hold up. Now it appeal to third, and he went around according to Clyde Washington.
No, that's it.
Toronto's bullpen with some action. Brendan Little up and loosening in the pen. Rodriguez, a right-hander, loosening up as well. 2-1 now. Scherzer deals. Hit in the air left field. Santander makes the grab, and there's 2 gone. 2 outs, base is empty. Tyrone Taylor up now for the Mets. He's 0 for 1. Ball 1 to Taylor. Swing and a foul out of play. Way out front for strike 2.
And he really sells the changeup with that arm action.
Swing and a miss. That one in the dirt. On to first. That completes the strikeout. Inning over. Mets had 2 runs on this blast. It's now a 4-0 ball game.
Look at me. I'm feeling so powerful. Look at me.
And we're back. And it'll be George Springer to step to the plate.
George Springer.
Peterson back to work. And first offering is fouled off.
Well, these Jays, simply put, are producing a lot of quality swings. They've been lining the ball all over the ballpark, and unfortunately, sometimes it's right into a glove. But still, they've hit 9 line drives so far. And that's something they should feel very good about.
Swing and a ground ball up the middle. McNeil gets it to first, and the leadoff man set down in their half of the 5th.
That's what a good sinker's designed to do. Get a guy to roll over a little bit, hit the ball on the ground, kill some worms while you're at it.
And now for the Jays, Ernie Clement. 0 for 1. He grounded out in his first at bat. That misses the zone, and that's ball 1.
Speaking of those line drives, you can't get too discouraged when they don't drop in for you. It's important to remember that you pretty much did everything right, and that's just baseball sometimes.
Fouled off left side. The 2-1. And that is out of play. Base is empty, 1 away, and we're at the top of the 5th.
Flew open a little bit with that front shoulder, but was able to slow his bat down just enough to make contact with that pitch, keep the at bat alive.
Hit on the ground to the right side. Alonso steps on the bag, and the first 2 set down to the top of the 5th.
Good sinker low in the zone right there and produced exactly what he was looking for. Ball on the ground, nice ground out.
2 down, base is empty. Here's the Toronto catcher, Alejandro Kirk. Grounded out his first time. That pitch gets the corner. Strike 1.
He's gotten into a really good rhythm, sat down 7 in a row. He just wants to get the baseball and deliver it as quickly as possible. Keep the momentum going.
On the inside corner for a strike.
Looking sharp, just a strike away from 5 shutout innings.
And a big swing and a miss. Up with it, fires to first. And it's in time for the 3rd out, so that'll end the inning. Brendan Little on to pitch here. He's making his 4th appearance of the season. Back to the top of the Mets order. And now the shortstop, Francisco Lindor. 0 for 2 in this one. On the corner for a strike.
Well, these Mets putting together some really good at-bats in this game. There's been a lot to like with how they're approaching their chances at the plate. It looked to me like they really wanted to get to the starter early, get him out of the game before he settles in. So I'd say mission accomplished.
Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. And a foul ball, he stays alive. Down to the dirt, swing and a miss. Kirk to first, in time to get him. One away in the strikeout.
Well, that's pretty much the dream two-strike curveball if you're the pitcher. Hard downward break at the very end that just dips below the swing path. And they say pitchers want to try to bounce that pitch right on top of the plate. So that was exactly what he was looking for on the mound.
Juan Soto now. Swinging a foul straight back. One down, base is empty. Swing and a miss.
Going to really need to hang in there with that front side against this left-handed breaking ball.
On the ground, Bichette fires over to first. They get the out on Soto.
Now batting, the first baseman, Pete Alonso.
Stepping in, the long ball threat, Pete Alonso. He's already homered in this game. Pitch misses there, and that's ball one. And he takes a strike. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Line to left. That's a base hit, and that keeps the inning going.
Well, he wasn't afraid to hit with 2 strikes. I think he choked up a little bit, maybe spread out, but he got the job done right there.
Now the left fielder, Brandon Nimmo, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. In the dirt.
0 balls, 1 strike. That's inside. That's a ball.
The 1-1 is fouled off. Two outs. Swing and a miss. Couldn't catch up to the heater. Mets leave 1, but they're in front 4-0. Welcome back as we take a look at how today's starting pitchers have fared so far. And first offering is fouled off. Fastball for a strike.
It's just been an impressive outing so far. Continues to pound the zone pitch after pitch, and he's been able to stay down. That's what's been key.
That one back up the middle, and it gets through. And the leadoff man aboard.
Now batting, shortstop,
Bo Bichette up to the dish. And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike.
0-1.
Now, these guys definitely looking for a big swing of the bat right here. Try to close that gap. But, you know, at the very least, if you could find a way to manufacture that run from first, it feels like it's really important to getting back into this ball game.
This one popped up. Foul ground, first base side. Puts it away for the out. And there's one down.
Going to have a little more discipline in future at bats. That pitch looked good, but you can't hit it. It was just too high in the zone. You usually see a swing and miss or weak contact in the infield.
In the air, out towards left center. Makes the catch for the out. Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
First pitch misses.
1-0.
Straw off of first with 2 away. Swing and a foul. Pushed off to the right. Here goes the runner. Pitch inside.
That's it, ball.
Throw to
He's in there.
second.
Hey.
Great jump. And that is a stolen base. It wasn't even close.
Well, that steal right there is wanting to take advantage of having a really good hitter at the plate. Now they've got a much better shot at bringing home a 2-out RBI.
Runner at second. 2 down.
That missed. That's a ball.
Oh, they have had a hard time scoring in this one. The pitcher out there on the mound wants to keep attacking, make sure that they don't get any confidence.
So now 2 on and 2 outs.
His ability to draw walks has been something that's been part of his career since day one.
First and second, 2 outs. Now it's the switch hitting outfielder, Anthony Santander. 1 for 2. That misses.
No, that's out.
1-0. And there's a strike on the outside corner.
1 ball, 1 strike.
That one outside. 2-1. And a pop-up, right side, foul territory. Alonso snags it, and that's the 3rd out. Make it 6 shutout innings for him out there now. It's the Mets 4 and the Jays nothing. Back now for the bottom of the 6th, and there's a new pitcher on the mound, Yariel Rodriguez. He's making his 2nd appearance of the season. Now here is Mark Vientos. And the first pitch
Outside,
misses
ball.
for ball 1. Meanwhile, activity in the bullpen. Number 68 getting loose out there. Green warming up as well. A swing and a miss, and that's strike 1.
Well, they just
1
threw
and
that fastball by him, elevated, and if you're not looking up in that location, very difficult to catch up to, especially with that velocity.
Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
Clearly, he was sitting on a
1-2.
fastball right there and just ended up out in front of the slider. Hey, you can't fault him for his commitment. Now he's just going to have to battle with 2 strikes.
Got him swinging.
That was a tough slider right there. He couldn't get a piece of it just to try to keep the at-bat alive. And hitters will tell you that slider, when a guy's able to really tunnel the pitch where it looks like a fastball and then late has a really good bite, so tough to lay off of because you've made the decision you don't want to get beat by a fastball, and then you swing and you miss. You go back to the dugout shaking your head.
Throw pulls him off the bag, and he's safe.
That's a play you expect your shortstop to make pretty much every time. Pretty routine. hard to tell if he didn't get a great grip on it or the mechanics on him just broke down, but that gives this offense an extra out to work with.
Swing and a ball popped in the air out to shallow center. Bichette snags it for the second out.
Up next for the Mets, designated hitter, Jesse Winker.
And now the Mets DH, Jesse Winker.
Okay, you asked for it. About to go Nostrum Ave on him. I'm from that bully where bullies were quick to spaz on him. That's me, homie. Fatigues on me. Streets in me.
Fastball for a strike. Swing and a miss. And the count is 0-2.
0-2.
Talk about tying a guy up. That was ugly.
Two outs. Swing and a high fly ball. That's out to center. He's there. He's got it. And that is that. Mets strand one, but they lead it 4-0. Welcome back as we take a look at their upcoming schedule.
Designated hitter, Will Walker.
And that is in for a strike. It's 0-1. That one to first. Lays out, but he can't squeeze it. He beats the throw, and the defense comes away with nothing.
Right fielder, George Springer.
Man at first, nobody out. Now it's the right fielder, George Springer.
Now this team is definitely looking for a big swing of the bat right here. Try to close that gap. But, you know, at the very least, if you could find a way to manufacture that run from first, it feels like it's really important to getting back into this ball game.
And the lefty with the 0-1. Pitch kicks away from Alvarez. And now a man into scoring position.
Really good read by the runner there. His secondary lead, he anticipates the trajectory going down and gets a really nice jump up to second base. Now he's in scoring position, and he's taking away the double play opportunity.
And a 1-1. Misses
That's a
just
ball.
off the outside edge. I think that was a strike. Runner at second, nobody out. That one missed.
Well, it's been a very impressive outing so far.
3-1.
His command has been a big part of it. Even when he misses outside the strike zone, which is exactly what a pitcher wants.
And ball
That's
four
ball
to
four.
a
Runner,
board.
take your base.
He's making things difficult for himself right now out there on the mound, but you know his confidence should still be high enough to get out of this, but he's going to have to buckle down right here.
First and second, no outs. Ernie Clement next up for the Blue Jays. Little chopper rolls foul. Wagner over at second. Springer at first with no outs. That misses the zone. And 1-1. Down the left field line. Should be extra bases. Coming home. One run across. Here comes Springer around third. The relay throw. He'll score. 2 runs are in. And now just a 2-run deficit.
Picks himself up a couple of ribbies. Loud contact leads to the double. I mean, you could tell it had extra bases written all over it as it jumped off of his stick. Now that sets up a huge at bat in this ball game.
In steps the man they call Captain Kirk. Manager out of the dugout, and he's going to make a change. The Mets with a new arm on the mound, Huascar Brazoban.
Well, the best relievers love the opportunity to come in and protect a tight lead late in the ball game. Some of them are just wired different, so we'll see what he's got here.
A little bit low.
That's down.
Ball
That's
1.
a ball.
With the tying run at the plate, here in the top half of inning number 7. That one catches the zone, and it's 1-1.
1-1.
Inside, just missed. Ground ball right side, and it's just foul. That was close. No outs, runner on second. On the ground to third, and foul ball. And Captain Kirk goes down on strikes.
Frustrating end to the at-bat for the hitter, and I'm sure that's going to sit on him for a little while. You want to be ready to hit the fastball. Sometimes you can overthink things, and I think that was the case right there.
And now, Miles Straw. He's 2 for 2. And that one fouled off. Runner at second here, one gone. Runner takes off, and that one goes straight to the backstop. Clement up to third on the wild pitch. Tying run at the plate, and a count 1-2.
Definitely got the hitter conscious of the pitch inside. Really think the outer half is open.
And just misses with that one.
And that's awfully close. I don't know how you take that. He's seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand really well right now.
Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Well, they locked him up with the cutter on the outside right there, and I got to think he was looking middle in because he just couldn't pull the trigger. And, you know, with 2 strikes, fastball coming in, you've got to be ready to swing it. That time it cut to the outside part of the plate, and he just couldn't pull the trigger.
Bo Bichette gets a chance to hit. 0 for 3 in this one. And fouled off. Runner at third, 2 away. Swing and a ball popped in the air, and it drops in. In comes the runner from third, and it's an RBI single, and they trail by 1.
Well, there you go. The RBI machine. Another clutch run scoring at bat.
Yeah, he's been so good in these situations. Call it clutch if you want, but his resume speaks for itself. 2 outs, runner on first. Andres Jimenez next up for the Blue Jays. Check swing, called strike.
Well, with the tying run at first base, he's looking for something he can get a lot of barrel on. Drive it into a gap and score that run from first base.
Check on the runner. Bichette gets back easily.
typically the outfield defense will play a little bit deeper just to keep the ball in front, make sure that runner on first doesn't come all the way around to score and tie this ball game up. No, he's really working him away this at bat. Sometimes take a little bit off velocity, try to get a rollover, something on the ground, stay away from that big hole on the right side of the infield.
This to third. Throws to first in time. Third out. 3 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and a runner left. 7th inning stretch time. It's the Mets 4 and the Blue Jays 3. Back here in Queens, bottom of the 7th, and stepping in for New York, Tyrone Taylor. Rodriguez in his 2nd season, 27 years old, and he was born in Cuba. That one fouled off. Inside, just missed. And there's a foul ball. That one not close. And the count's even at 2. On the ground to the left. And one away in the bottom of the 7th.
Now batting, shortstop,
Francisco Lindor up now for the Mets. 0 for 3. A fly out, a ground out, and a strikeout. Chases that one upstairs.
Well, you know this guy wants a pitch up, something that he can hit hard and drive over the wall. But you've got to set your sights down a little bit. You can't lose your discipline and go after a pitch that you just can't do anything with.
Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2.
Well, he's been aggressive right out of the box, and a smart pitcher is going to play off of that, especially when you get to 2 strikes.
Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
Just blown away in that at bat. 3 fastballs, all strikes. He wasn't even able to foul one off. There's not much you can take away from an at bat like that as a hitter, other than maybe there's something wrong with your eyes. Got to have better timing on the fastball next time.
Soto in the box with 2 gone, and takes a look at a called strike. Ripped on the ground to second. Jimenez throw to first. They get the out on Soto, and the Mets go 1-2-3. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left. We look ahead to inning number 8. It's the Mets 4 and the Blue Jays 3. And welcome back to the ballpark. We go to the 8th, and now the first baseman, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Max Kranick into the game. There's a strike.
0-1.
Swing, and that's ripped towards right center. And this one could be extra bases. Around first, digging for 2. As the tying run is forced to stop at second.
Seems like he got exactly what he was looking for right there. Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy, didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep, took the barrel right to it, and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit. A chance now to even the score and maybe extend this game.
Anthony Santander next up for the Blue Jays. And takes low for ball 1. So the tying run at second. Tap foul at the plate. On the ground right side in plenty of time to first out in the top of the 8th.
That's a huge defensive play in the late stages of the game. It might not be the most challenging we've seen today, but it needed to be made. That's helping your team.
And now the DH, Will Wagner, 1 for 3. Slashed foul down the right side. That'll hook off into the seats.
I think ultimately you want to tie him up, get the ball in on the plate so that he can't get the barrel to it and hit it to the outfield.
That one ripped but foul. The tying run is 90 feet away. Laser base hit. Vladdy comes in to score. It's an RBI single, tie game here in the 8th.
Huge at bat to bring home the tying run at this point in the game. You'll often hear the phrase short to it, long through it, and that's a great example of it right there. Got the barrel in the hitting zone early, squared it up with the well-timed swing, and came away with a beautiful line drive into center field.
Go ahead run on base, and now the right fielder, George Springer. First offering, and it just misses.
1-0.
And that one fouled off. 1 away. Tie game. Go ahead run stands at first.
Ball.
Next one misses. 2-1.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Fought off foul. Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Shallow right field. Squeezes it. That's out number 2.
Now batting, third baseman, Ernie Clement.
And now Ernie Clement.
So he came up clutch earlier in this ball game and really just needs to take the same approach. Think hard right back up the middle.
At 96, that pitch is in for a strike. 2 gone. The possible go-ahead run at first. To the left side, but it is well foul. Line drive, base hit. And that moves the go-ahead run to scoring position with 2 gone.
Still able to come through behind in the count right there.
Got a fastball, middle of the plate, jumped all over it. Absolutely smoked that ball.
Now a huge at bat in this game coming up.
And now it's going to be Alejandro Kirk. 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a ground out. And the pitch is outside. Ball 1. The 1-0. In the air, pretty deep out to center field. And that's the 3rd out. But the RBI single pushes across a run. It's now tied 4-4. It's Major League Baseball, and it's on the show. Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th, Jimmy Garcia.
And we all know about his slider. It's just filthy, man. And one of the better ones in the game, I'd say. Spin rate's very high, and it just breaks a ton.
3, 4, 5 due up for the home team. Pete Alonso up now for the Mets. He's already homered here in this one. That one is absolutely belted. Adios, pelota. Another homer. His second home run of the game. It's 5-4. Listen to these fans.
This place is absolutely buzzing right now. You can feel the energy all the way up here in our broadcast booth. Welcome to the game. First pitch out of the bullpen, a tough one. And you know he's just trying to get one in there for a strike. And on the other side, as a hitter, it's a great time to be aggressive and let it fly. It's not what they were looking for when they turned to him, but now he's got to find a way to reset.
Digging in, Brandon Nimmo. 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. Ball 1 on a pitch inside. Swing and a miss, 98 on the gun.
He's had a tough day at the plate. 3 strikeouts already. It's hard not to think negative, but you got to find a way to somehow center up the baseball and put it in play.
He swings and fouls one off. Swing and a miss, and that one missed by a ton. Kirk to first, gets him. 1 away on a drop third strike. And next for the Mets, Mark Vientos. Swings and misses. 0-1.
0 balls, 1 strike.
On the inside corner for a strike. 1 out, bases empty, and a run in here the bottom half of the 8th inning. Swing and a miss, struck him out.
Third time he struck out in this one, and definitely an individual performance you want to flush. He just hasn't looked very comfortable up there. Just one of those days. But when you're still winning the ball game, at least you can focus on doing your part to maintain that lead and getting that W.
Alvarez in the box now. No balls and a strike.
0-1.
A little out front there as he swings through it.
No balls,
2 outs,
2
base
strikes.
is empty. Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts. 1 scores in the inning, coming on this solo home run. Last chance coming up for the Blue Jays.
But my mojo right and my motor right, so I roll the dice.
Number 59.
All set to start the 9th in this one. Here's the center fielder, Miles Straw.
So important to stay within yourself, especially for this hitter. Not known to be a power guy or a home run hitter. He needs to set the table by getting on with a walk or a base hit.
That one's upstairs, ball 1.
Hey, ha!
And it is 2-1. And there's a ball. Bo Bichette in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. Looking to get the tying run on base. Fouls one away, and now 3-2. And a strikeout for the first out here in the ninth.
I love to see guys compete, and I know he's frustrated that he wasn't able to do anything with that pitch. You see it so well, but you have to respect the upper 90s velocity. Man, it is hard to catch up to.
At the plate, Bo Bichette, known for his late inning heroics. Close, but called a ball. And that is ball one. Ripped to short. Lindor out to first. And that quickly 2 away.
Fastball groove right down the middle. Usually a lot of damage done with that pitch. A hard grounder, but he wanted to get that ball in the air, maybe drive it into the gap.
1 out left for the Blue Jays. Next to hit, Andres Jimenez. First pitch just misses.
That's a
One
really
ball,
good
no
take
strikes.
right there. Slider down and in. Very difficult to get on the same plane and do anything with.
Foul ball there.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2. 1 strike away. And a good eye there.
That's high.
That turns out to be a really good take right there, but you don't want to end this game with the bat on your shoulder.
Got him, and that's the ball game.
Well, this turned out to be an exciting, very well-played game. Always feels great when you can take the lead in the 8th at home. Come out in the 9th, the crowd will be behind that pitcher as he tries to get those final 3 outs. Everybody goes home happy with a win like this.
Close one here today, and your final 5-4. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew here at MLB The Show, thanks for stopping by. I'm John Shambi. Talk to you soon.